Hey Ratbags, it's Jade today with a guide on how to get the Ladybug Buggy very quickly. Where to get the eggs, where to go and get the recipe for its nest, and a few other little bits of information obviously about getting your axe upgraded, as you will need a level 3 upgrade for it. This is the PTB, things may change, so I will do a fresh guide once it's available for everyone when it goes live on the 27th of January. If you don't know how to access the PTB or the Xbox Insider Hub, go and look up some more videos. I've mentioned it a bunch of times. You can see here the nest is going to need some flower petals, some of the chrysalis, the new leather, and obviously some lint, which you should be able to find on top of the picnic table in the starting area of the game. Then the ladybug saddle itself is going to need a ladybug egg, again 3 more of the leather, and some black ant parts. Also a little bonus, this place that I'm showing you will also have the fresh mint glob recipe, so you can start imbuing your weapons with fresh mints. So yeah, you are going to need a level 3 axe as well, and that requires some mantis pieces, claws, as well as the black ant pincers. Now they shouldn't be too hard to find. You can go to the north of the actual flower bed or Burgle and Wendell statue that's just been opened up, where you might find a giant colossus, and there'll be plenty of black ants there. You do not have to go through the black ant tunnel to get access to the garden. I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest way. But yeah, do make sure you've got your axe upgraded, because we're obviously going to have to go and get the chrysalis. So yes, you can go through obviously the black ant hill fighting the red ants, and that's how you can get some more pieces, but you don't really need to do that. Just like I said, get the pincers, get the axe, and instead we're going to actually head back to the rose garden right by Wendell, where you may have encountered the mantis as you made your way up to the statue. And as luck would have it, I built my new base exactly here. So yeah, it's the top left flower bed, and then just keep following this red rose ribbon. But we're going to be heading this way towards where the garden wall and the black ant and the red ant hill is. There'll be a few routes, but just keep going along, and yep, there you go. On the garden wall, get yourself the golden molar as well, and simply just hop up the leaves onto the garden wall. And from this point you can clearly see the cabbage field, so you know exactly where to go. So when you get to the cabbages, you should find ladybug eggs scattered all around here. Best to bring your ant buggy, because you will need to carry them, and don't forget your ant buggy can carry one in its claws as well as on its side. You also find the chrysalis here. Obviously that's why you need the tier 3 axe upgrade to go ahead and harvest it, and then simply dry it on the jerky rack or make it at a crafting station. If you can't find any ladybug eggs, but you may have noticed there's a ton of ladybugs, that's because they've hatched. Just like in Grounded 1 back in the day, if you wanted regular eggs, you'd have to go and kill a bunch of ants sometimes, because they're just simply spawn. So do the same thing. If you don't see any eggs, which is exactly what happened to me, go and kill as many of the ladybugs as you can find, and then come back the next day after a sleep. And there you go. That's one part of what we need, obviously. Next, head to this exact location. It's right against the border of the cabbage box, effectively. There is another entrance on top of this area right to the north, but we're going to go the easiest and quickest way. And you should notice there's a tiny little tunnel underneath one of the cabbages. It is a bit hard to see. Once you're in here, there's only one way to go. Keep going, following it, and you come to an entrance door. Now this should be open. It was for me the first time I come, but you never know, they might change it. If so, there is another entrance, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But that's it. This is where the turbo disc is to go ahead and craft the nest. Sadly, you can't go and scan the ladybug eggs. I was hoping there might be more of them scattered around the garden, but no. So there's a bunch of lore and stuff, and obviously get the turbo disc, and this will give you the ability now to go and buy the fresh glob, as well as, yeah, like I said, unlock the nest for 2000 raw science. There's also some recipes as well. The cookbook, you can see it there. Now it's called the Fairy Cookbook, or the Fairy House Cookbook, and that has another entrance that leads to this same spot, and you'll be back here for the end of the game, or certainly a big chunk of the game much later on. But yeah, go ahead and you can just leave, go back, go and set up your nest as well as your hatchery, and just put the ladybug inside. Hopefully you've picked up some of the chrysalis and dried it out on your jerky or made some like I said, and then yeah, 12 hours later it will be ready for you to utilise. You can start firing water straight away. It should come with 120 shots. You can see it does a fair amount of damage. I would say it'd be nice to see this boosted, or a way to make it more boosted. When you're not riding it, it will do its charge attacks to support you if you take on any bugs, and it actually goes at a pretty decent speed. I was really worried it would be pretty slow. I mean, obviously, yeah, it has got to have stamina. And yes, I'm showing this bit in creative mode, but it'd be exactly the same. As long as you've gone and got the resources like I mentioned, you should be able to get this really early. Now, I think you're not meant to get it until much later. as that facility that we was just in is actually the candy lab, basically. So I'm going to talk about that because there is another entrance and it's worth checking out. But yeah, you can see there that was its healing roar, so it will heal itself and hopefully you too. When you're running low, just go ahead and find some water and suck it up. Now, it would be great if you could suck up the sour or tang water as well, but I don't think you can. You can see the range on it is pretty limited. Something that's got free ammo, effectively, and that's really good. I'm kind of hoping they allow us to take the water from some of the acorn containers that we have. And yeah, obviously the nest you will have to build as well, just in case it won't allow you to take it out until you've got the nest ready. She is a tanky little bug. Alrighty, back to the pumpkin patch. No, sorry, cabbages. This time climb across all the top of them, and until you go pretty much where we were at the entrance to the facility, you'll now be able to get on top of this grow boxes. There will be a wolf spider here, so look out. And you'll notice the little fairy house. It's actually got a way into the facility we were just in as well. Now you can actually go through another door while you just go and get that turbo disc and explore it that way too. But this is the only way I do believe that you can find a certain piece of lore and some relevant details. So yeah, go ahead and just jump down. You'll come to a tunnel after going through a tiny little omelette laboratory, and it will lead you to another doorway. And then you're in this place, and this is the only way you can get in here. You'll see there's a little boss to fight, a mini one at least, one of the new ogres. They're like variants of orc, well kind of, but a bit more tanky. Some pretzel crumbs, and like I said, that bit of story and lore if you're looking for it, as well as a manito. So for the rest of this facility, you are going to need protection against spicy. I highly recommend you bring your bombardier armor, or at least, yeah, lots of mints or manitos. And then you can see there is a little hole that you can just drop down. So something small, but I still think it's worth letting you guys know if you're wondering how to get into that laboratory. And yeah, this is the candy processing facility. There's a lots of fresh mints here, there's lots of spicy cha-chas, and there's also lots of sour too. Now this guy is pretty tough. I was doing this on mild. Shame, but I did want to get this guide out to you quickly. He will fire lots of the tang, obviously, but otherwise, yeah, just wail on him and avoid it. He'll just give you regular rust beetle parts when he's dead. And then go and explore the facility. Like I said, you will start taking sizzling damage as soon as you step foot over the glass here, and it does build up pretty quickly in certain spots. There will be pools of tang as well in certain parts, so yeah, fun times. Now you're meant to come here as part of the overriding story because there's going to be some valves that you have to turn on, but you have to go and do some other things first by the looks of things, which I'm working on a guide right now, but it's pretty long. It's like this, I feel like, is the last thing you'll be actually doing. Or at least one of them. You'll pick up some more lore just going through. There's a dead body, like I said, and lots of the mints itself. Here's the valves I was talking about. These form part of a lot of the quest that you're going to have to complete to get to the ending. Also pay attention to this little doorway here, as there will be another dead body, and again, a little bit more loot. Pumpkin pie helps navigate or get rid of the tang. And the other dead body is in the room with all the spicy cha-chas. You'll see it, it's in the pool of tang, so look out for that. So as I said, I will do a proper guide for this a bit later once I work out exactly how to turn on the valves. There you go, you've got yourself the Ladybug Buggy. If anything changes, of course I'll do a fresh new guide. But that should give you pretty much all you need to know to hopefully get it yourself. Until next time, Ratbags, please leave a like. If you find this video useful, make sure you are subscribed, and I'll see you Ratbags later.